Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say.
Hello all, and welcome to, yes, after a month of me not doing them, I'm going to do a question and answer today. Yes, hold your applause, hold your excitement, I know. But anyways, I actually am going to try to get back to doing these on a regular basis. So, before I get started, I do have someone I want to plug. If you go to the description, part of this, you'll see a link to Dinosaur Avenger 1989's vid about the #2 company in the United States. Not everyone's going to agree with a lot of stuff he said, but I thought that it was a really good video. He brings up some really good points. And definitely, I think, brings up a very good discussion topic as well. I would do a video response to this, but as you guys know, I don't like the way that YouTube now does the whole showing of videos, and they only show one video, your latest video, so I don't like doing more than one video a day, so that's why we're not doing that. But anyways, check out his video. It's really good. I definitely, all of his videos are excellent, by the way. Somebody I would definitely recommend you guys checking out. So, let's get started with this. Truthslayer, I thought TNA pulled all their talent from ROH so they could wrestle for TNA, and TNA only, but I often see guys like Senshi, LAX, letahl, among others, on the cards of indie shows. How is this so? Because they just pulled their talent from ROH and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. What they did is they pulled their talent from anybody that, this is what they said, anybody that was going to distribute their DVDs through like High Spots or anybody like that. And they pulled their talent from ROH because ROH had signed their DVD deal, or their pay-per-view deal, which I've always kind of wondered about, because they still let their guys run IW Mid-South shows and numerous other shows, which their stuff is sold through SmartMarks, but I guess SmartMark Video is not considered, you know, what they consider a DVD distribution deal like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla has. I don't really get it. That's what they said, but you know, I'm more upset about the fact that they pulled their guys from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla really from ROH. I understand why they pulled their guys from ROH. So, hey Truthslayer, do you think WWE would have ever made Owen Hart heavyweight champion? I've said this before. I don't think Owen would have made a very good champion. They may have given him like a token title reign at some point, but I don't think he would have ever gotten a very long reign, to be honest. I just don't think he had what it took to carry the company. I know a lot of you won't agree with that, but that's the way I see it. Samoa Joe is getting a title shot at the GHC Heavyweight Title in October against either Mitsuhara Misawa or Marufuji. We now know that it will be against Misawa, even though it's likely he will be wrestling Misawa, which he will be doing. Who do you want to see him wrestle for the title? Well, I wanted him to see him wrestle Misawa for the title. And do you think either match would be 5 stars or very close? I think a Marufuji match would have been closer to 5 stars. I love Misawa, but Misawa is getting up there in age. If he brings his game, and if Joe brings his game, I definitely think both guys could definitely bring a very special, very historic match. No question in my mind. And I'm looking forward to seeing the match if I'm able to see it. So there you go. Let's see. Truthslayer, do you think Elijah Burke will win the ECW title sometime next year? I wouldn't be surprised if he did, unless they take him off of ECW, which I often think they might do that as well. So, hey Truthslayer, do you think the WWE will ever drop their mat wrestling style for a more current X Division style if TNA and ROH became bigger threats? I know they stick to that style because it's safer, but if people start paying attention to ROH and TNA more, they might be forced to change it up. They might be forced to, but the only way they're ever going to change it up is if they change their touring schedule, because that's one of the other reasons why they do the WWE style, is because with their touring schedule, they really can't do a lot of high-flying, high bumps like TNA and ROH can. So that's the other reason. Do you think WWE should stick with tri-brand pay-per-views, or should they go back to the old way with only the big 4 being tri-branded? I think they should go back to the old way, because that way takes away from the non-title mid-card feuds. The only problem with that, and this is what WWE would tell you, is they're getting better buy rates with the tri-branded than they did with the single-branded pay-per-views. So that's why they did it. They're not getting to the degree that they wanted, but they still are getting in higher buy rates. So we know about some of your 5-star matches, but when was the last time you have seen a televised 5-star match? It's the only televised 5-star match I can... Well, no, it's not. The last one I saw was Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair, to be completely honest. That's the last one I saw, in my opinion. So I don't think the Owen Hart British Bulldog was a 5-star match, just because it was lacking. I don't know what it was lacking, but it was lacking something. Hey Truthslayer, what are your thoughts on McGuinness as the new ROH champion, and do you think this will be the end of Morishima and ROH, and we will do schedules like Kenta and Marufuji? Yes, I do think that I love Nigel as champion. I've said this probably not since I started up my new account, but I think Nigel is the most marketable guy ROH has, though, well, Jack Evans is probably the most marketable, but I think overall, I think Nigel is the most marketable as a champion that they have. So I love him as champion. I'm glad he got this finally shot to be champion. I'm a big Nigel McGuinness fan. And yeah, apparently they've announced that this will be kind of the start of Morishima's end of his run, which probably means he's going to get a big push in Noah, and will probably run like Kenta and Marufuji do in ROH now. Is it true that by doing high-fly moves more often it damages the knees? Examples are Muta, Misawa, and Kobashi. Yes, particularly if you do like the moonsault and the guy misses and then you land on your knees, or you land, you know, on your feet, that's very hard on your knees. A lot of high spots are very hard on your knees. So yes, that is true. The only televised WWE event I could ever attend, I've attended house shows, was In Your House Canadian Speed. I've read here how many consider the 10-man tag match one of the greatest matches ever. Watching it in the arena was electrifying. What are your thoughts on the match? I like the match a lot. I do think it was kind of overbooked in parts, but I do like the match a lot. I think it's very good. It is an excellent match, and it's one of the reasons why I like multi-man tag matches, particularly when they work like this, and this worked very good, particularly since the guys you had in this match were great anyways. So there you go. What do you think of PWI? I guess you mean the magazine and the PWI 500. I think PWI, the 500 is the only thing that people really pay attention to now. I think they've allowed themselves to kind of get overshadowed by the internet. I think they would do much better if they stuck with articles, or even if they did like more pay-per-view reviews, more reviews of shows, did more on wrestling in Mexico and in Japan. I think that would be better for them. But it's pretty much, you know, most people call it a Mark magazine, and they kind of blend the two pretty well. I think overall, I think it is pretty much the standard bearer for what all internet sites should be. So there you go. Hey Truthslayer, what do you think of Christy Hemme? I like Christy Hemme. I've actually met her. She's very nice, but she is not my type, I'll put it that way. Super Dragon seems to be on everyone's Indies top 5 and a huge indie star, but as I was wondering, why isn't he in ROH? I know he was in the CZW versus ROH angle, but why hasn't they signed him? Do you think it would be a good thing if they did sign him? You know, I think he's... Here's the thing. I love watching Super Dragon matches, but he does have, I've heard from numerous people, he does have a rep for being a little too stiff in the ring and sometimes putting caution to the wind a bit. Very similar to the same reason why they did away, why they let Low-Ki go, along with some money issues. So that's probably why he's never been in ROH. That, and I think he likes being on the West Coast and wrestling, you know, in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, which is one he's a part owner in. So that is all for this one. I will probably do one more, as I do have a few more questions I would like to do, and that'll probably be tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. But anyways, have a good one all, and I will talk to you later. All right, bye.
Let's ride.